Hey, what's going on, guys? This is TowerNumberNine. I am about to do the live broadcast of the Content Creator Blitz tournament sponsored by Midtown Merchant. This is going to be actually the finals with myself, TowerNumber9 versus Tabletop Tilt, and we are going to see, we're going to see what happens because this is because this is a tournament. I am not going to be monitoring the chat during this stream, so it's just going to be stream with player audio. Feel free to talk to each other in the chat if you want, but I will come on and check things, but only after the game, so that I do not get any unfair information. All right, we have started off. We did the roll-off. I won the roll-off. I chose to go second. We got Dorinthia versus Ira here. I just need to bring out my favorite life counter, the piece of paper.
Yeah, actually, you remind me. I need to get mine out.
Yeah, and then we will get going here. So, 20-20. Dorinthia versus Ira. I will be going second. This is a classic matchup. We saw this a lot in the skirmish season, and we'll see how it goes this time.
Yeah, Dorinthia versus Ira.
All right.
I played Dorinthia in a match earlier, and I got smoked, so that bodes well for you. Yeah.
All right. I'm drawing up. I already cut. Over to you. Good luck. Have fun.
All right. Thank you. You too. Okay. Yeah. Me first. All right. Let's see here. I'm going to. Before I forget, take up the tunic. I always forget to do that. All right. Put one on the tunic, and I'm gonna quit out you for one, pitching a blue Fluster Fist to pay for that. So that leaves me 2 resources floating.
Okay. No block. Any attack reaction?
No attack reaction.
Okay, I will go ahead and take 1, go to 19.
I will, I will put at you for 2. Go down to 1 floating.
Okay. I'm going to... Yeah, that one I will block for 3. Any attack reaction?
No attack reaction.
Okay.
Okay. And let's do a Command and Conquer. I'll pitch a red Fate Foreseen to pay for the second.
Okay, so coming in for 6.
6, yes.
I will block 6.
Nice. Very good.
Okay.
Okay, I will Arsenal and say go ahead. I will draw up.
All right, I'm going to draw up myself up to 4. And I will go with a... I'll do a Warrior's Valor red, pitching a blue Steelblade Shunt and swing Dawnblade for 6. I have 1 floating, 2 cards in hand, nothing in arsenal. 6, and if it hits, go again.
If it hits, go again. Okay. What are we gonna do here? It's kind of a crappy hand. What can I do? 6. No block. Any attack reaction.
I'll pass attack reaction. Any defense reaction?
I will Springboard, Somersault, and Fate Foreseen.
Okay, so blocking 6. A total of 6.
6 total, yes.
Okay.
And I will opt 1.
Okay. So I'll let that resolve Springboard. Anything before Springboard resolves, anything before Fate resolves, no?
No.
Okay.
No.
So you're up to a total of 6. You have played a card from hand now, so I will play a blue Iron Song and go up to 7. Any
Very
defense
nice.
reaction?
Nope. I was thinking maybe I should throw in the breaking scales to make it 7, but nope, you're good.
Okay. So hit for 1, you go to 19.
Yep.
I will get the go again from Warrior's Valor. I'll get the ability to swing again from Dorinthia. Then I'm going to... You have 3 in hand?
Correct.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pitch a Warrior's Valor yellow. First I'll use the Brave Forge Bracer, then I'll pitch this and swing. So I have 1 floating, but no cards, coming in for 4, and if it hits, get a +1 counter.
4. If it hits, +1 counter. Yep, no block. And
Oh,
no
pass
reaction.
attack reaction. Any defense reaction?
Yep, no reaction.
Okay, hit for 4, you get a 15. I will get a +1 counter on the Dawnblade. And that is going to be my turn. I'm going to maintain my current pitch order and go ahead and draw up to 4. And then it will be over to you.
Okay, I will pick up my tunic.
Yep.
Guess it doesn't really matter. I will put out you for 1. We'll pitch a blue Rising Knee Thrust. Pay for that. Floating 2.
Kadachi for 1. What did you say you're pitching? Blue Rising Knee Thrust?
Yes.
No block. Any attack reaction?
Nope.
Take 1. 18.
Kodachi for 2.
I will block with Courage of Bladehold for 2. Any attack reaction?
Nope.
Okay.
We will go a Rushing River just for 1. No combo.
Rushing River for 1. No block.
Yep.
Any attack reaction?
Nope.
Okay, take 1. 17.
End of my turn, I'll blue Sigil of Solace gain 2.
Sorry, blue sigil? That's yellow
Sorry,
sigil.
no, yellow. Sorry.
Okay, yellow sigil gain 2. You're at
Sorry.
17.
Little brain fart there.
No worries.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay, so 17 to 17.
Yep.
Looks good. Damage on Courage. Okay, so then on my turn, I'm going to... That's very interesting. Yeah, I'm going to break Courage of Bladehold to make my Dawnblade attacks free this turn.
Okay.
Then I am going to play a Spoils of War, pitching a Glint the Quicksilver. So 2 floating, 2 in hand, and then I'm going to swing, which doesn't cost an energy thanks to Courage. So this is coming in for Strength 6. And it has Go Again, and if it hits, I'll get 2 copper tokens.
Okay. Coming in for 6.
Yep.
I'll block 4.
Okay,
With a
blocking.
straight breaking scales.
Okay, I will pass attack reaction. Any defense reaction?
No.
Okay, so I hit for 2.
Yep.
Okay, you go to 15 life.
15, yep.
I get 2 copper tokens from Spoils of War. I get Dorinthia's ability to let me swing again. Then I am going to... Yeah, I'll spend 1 of these on the Braveforge Bracers to give my next weapon attack +1, and then I'll swing. This is free because of Courage, so this next attack is coming in for 5. If it hits, I'm going to get 2 more copper tokens, and I'll also get a second +1 counter.
I'm going to block with the mask.
Okay, so blocking 2.
Yep.
I'll pass attack reaction. Any defense reaction?
Nothing.
Okay, so hit for 3. You go to 12.
12.
I will get 2 more copper, and I'll get a second counter on my tunic. I'm going to mix white and black stones here for my copper tokens.
Yeah, no worries.
And then I'm going to arsenal this card.
Okay.
That is going to be my turn. Courage of Bladehold is broken. Oh, you know what? Courage of Bladehold into the discard pile because
Into the graveyard because now
it's. I don't think it's going to start mattering for this class, but it's going to start mattering for the game.
No, it will. You were absolutely right. Yep. Yeah,
So Courage of Bladehold, we got to start learning how to do it right. Even though I think
that is true. Yeah, maybe I'll put my mask in at the bottom of the graveyard.
I think flipping it is actually aesthetically better, but yeah. All right.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's like nice to see that you had something and visually you can see it was destroyed. Yeah, I like that too. I agree.
That's all right though. Over to you.
Okay, so I will take up my tunic. Let's pitch a. All right, let's go Kodachi for 1, pitching a blue Rising Knee Thrust. So that leaves me 2 floating.
Okay, no block. Any attack reaction?
Nope.
Take 1, 16.
Let's go a yellow Torrent of Tempo. So it's 4, and if it hits, it gains Go Again.
That's actually 5 with Ira's ability, right?
It is right. Yes, sorry. I always forget that. I always remember it on the Kodachi, but I forget about it on other things. You were
And
absolutely
you
right.
have
5.
one card left, one energy floating.
Correct.
Uh,
And another one available with the tunic.
yeah, that's interesting. 5. No block. Any attack reaction?
No attack reaction.
Okay, take 5, 11.
I will use the resource off the tunic and the last one floating to play a flying kick.
Okay.
Chain link 3 or higher, it gains +2, so that is 7 total.
7 total. Seems good. I'm going to block it for... your mask is broken, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to block it for 3.
Yep, that's good. Take 4.
Take 4, go to 7.
That's my turn.
Cool. I will. I'm going to pitch a energy potion to play Warrior's Valor Red. Then I will swing Dawnblade. Coming in for 8, and if it hits, go again. 2 cards in hand, 1 card in arsenal, 1 energy flooding.
8, if it hits, go again.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. Block 2 with a lunging press.
Okay. So currently I would hit for 6. Let me think about that. You have 12 life?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to pitch and play a red overpower for +6. And then I will also play a red Iron Song response for +3. So I'm now at attack strength, I believe, 17.
Okay. 15. I'm currently blocking 2, so that is 15.
Yes, currently you would take 15. Any defense reactions or tricks?
Springboard somersault for an extra 2.
Okay.
And I'll Sigil of Solace red to gain 3.
Okay, so you go up to 15.
Yes, go up to 15. You're hitting for 17 minus 4.
Okay, so then you would take 13 and go to
13. Yeah.
go to 2. Okay, so you go to 2. I will go again from Warrior's Valor. I get the ability to swing again from Dorinthia. I'll spend my floating resource to swing again for 5. If it hits, get another +1 counter.
That's game, man. That is a devastating turn.
Okay.
Like, there's really nothing I can do about that.
Good game.
I could maybe use the tunic. No, like I can't even if I use the tunic now.
What do you have in hand?
I have another lunging press.
Oh,
so,
got it. So you can only block 2. Yeah, even if you block with the
tunic. You can only block 2, so even both of those would only be 3. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
Wow.
Once
Dorinthia spoke to me twice tonight.
once the Dawnblade gets the counters on it, it becomes very dangerous.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Yeah. Wow. That overpower. Wow. Devastating.
Yep. Good game.
Both of those. Yeah, really good game. That was quick. That was awesome though. That was fun.
Yeah, that's Blitz for you.
Yeah, no kidding.
20 life is not a lot of life.
Yeah. Well, congrats, man. You won the tournament.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Shout out to Midtown Merchant for hosting the event. I think I won some store credit, and I think you're second place probably. So that means that you also won some store credit. So congratulations to you as well.
Hey, it was a good time. I agree. Thank you, Midtown Merchant. That was amazing. Good time, regardless of who wins, and I'm happy for you, man. Awesome, really good game.
Thank you.
Well,
good game,
awesome.
And I'll catch you later.
That sounds good. Thanks, man.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, chat. That was the game. That was the final there. A little bit quicker here than expected. Raven is red. Thank you for the subscription. Very much appreciated, man. You've been a supporter of the channel for a while, and I really appreciate it. Raven also, just a quick shout out to Raven here. Raven runs his own channel on YouTube, featuring much better video production and like overall editing and so on than anything that I make. So I think a lot of his focus has been on making some deck builds that are, he calls them the sub super decks, and they're kind of budget decks that you can get into the game with, not using any card at super rare or above, so just commons and rares. And I think he has quite a few of those videos for a range of classes. So if you're looking to check out some budget decks, Raven has some good stuff. I think he has some other content too. That's just the stuff that I'm most aware of. But Raven says, ooh, who's going to win out? Ha 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 ha. 17, classic warrior. Yeah, 17's a big number. The Lunging Press won his game against me, but lost him the game against Dorinthia. Yeah, so Lunging Press, really interesting card. Lunging Press is like, I don't have one here that I can show you guys, sorry, because this is webcam and not TTS. But, I mean, I could go through my binders and stuff, but it would be annoying. I'm not going to. So Lunging Press is a card where it's a blue, it only blocks for 2, and it's an attack reaction that gives +1 to an attack action. And so that isn't really that good in a lot of situations, but sometimes that +1 is just what you need. So a classic play, for instance, is you do a Command and Conquer for 6, opponent blocks 6, and you play Lunging Press, go up to 7, and destroy their card in Arsenal. It's really good with things that have strong on-hit effects. I've also heard of it being played in Guardian decks sometimes, where it's like, against Guardian, they have to do 4 more damage to land a crush effect. So sometimes you see people that are countering crush effects by blocking so that they take exactly 3 damage. So again, the Lunging Press can give you that +1 that just tips it just over into the realm where that big effect is going off. And if that's what it needs to make a crippling crush, force 2 random discards or something, that's pretty good. So, oh yeah, Raven says he did Command and Conquer for 7 against me and pressed it for 8, which was painful. Yeah, Command and Conquer is one of the best on-hit effects a lot of the time, and having a Lunging Press land on that is really nasty. If someone does like, oh, I'm gonna block, he does that for 7 with the second attack as Ira. Opponent blocks 7. Maybe do 2 cards plus a piece of equipment, and then that Lunging Press to sneak in. It's just brutal, man. It's very strong when it's strong. The downside is when you're on the defensive, it's quite poor, as it is it only blocks for 2. Additionally, in a lot of situations, it's kind of unimpactful. So if you're just giving an attack +1, that's not really worth a card. There's card like this Iron Song response that I used is +3 for a card that also costs 0, and it blocks for 3, which is way stronger. But when Lunging Press is enabling a good on-hit effect, that's when it can be good. So interesting card. I do have the blue Iron Songs in here as well, to be fair, which are maybe a more direct comparison. There is no yellow or red Lunging Press, only the blue version is available, so you can only use it for +1. A red Lunging Press that gave +3 would actually be really sick, but that does not exist. Raven says, thanks for the shout out. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. And he did Command and Conquer for 7 against me and pressed it for 8. Yep, that's a good play. And Raven says, I like it more in Ranger and Classic Constructed where those on-hit effects are so important. Yeah, so I think Lunging Press is best when it's going to land a big on-hit effect. I know that Ninja has played it sometimes where it's like, oh, if I need that +1 to just sneak in there and get me my combo or whatever, it can be good. The problem is in Ninja, because Ancestral Empowerment is also a +1, it's not that rare for people to overblock by 1 against a Ninja. So Lunging Press has a little bit less of the surprise value. I think that it's best in a situation where the opponent doesn't know if you're even doing attack reactions. So like Guardian usually doesn't have attack reactions or has Pummel, which can be quite telegraphed at times. And Lunging Press is a nice sneaky option where someone might be like, oh, he doesn't have any energy floating. He only has 1 card left in hand. He can't possibly pummel me. I'll just block so that I'll take just 3 damage and I won't get crushed. And then the Lunging Press comes out to hit him hard. But yeah, I think it's interesting too. Flesh and Blood, there's very deep deck building in this game. There's cards like that where I think most of the time I don't think Lunging Press is necessarily all that good, but when it catches the opponent by surprise, it can just be critical, which it sounds like maybe happened in the previous game. Yeah, it's quite the card. Unfortunately, as we saw at the end there, it does block for 2, and yeah. The Dorinthia versus Ira matchup is interesting. So in this game, I feel like my opponent was not blocking very much in order to put more offense pressure on. And the problem with that, in my opinion, is that Dorinthia tends to win that race, especially when going second. So if both decks are playing aggro, the person who plays second will have the advantage because they're the first one who gets to attack in a way that will damage their opponent's tempo. So my opponent did a heavy attack turn on the first turn, but I only took 1 damage because I was willing to just use my cards defensively. And yeah, when I did my attack on the second turn, my opponent ended up taking some damage in order to keep some momentum and do some attacks against me, but I'm totally fine with that. Or maybe it was the third turn. I might be misremembering which turn it was. But I noticed that I think he could have blocked harder than he was, and instead he was trying to stay in and get some good attacks. So that last turn that he did had fairly strong offense with the I think he did, what was it, Karachi, Torrent of Tempo Yellow up to strength 5, and then a flying kick. So that's 13 damage. That's by no means a bad turn. But because I was in a situation where I was building up those Dawnblade counters and getting my own aggression really pumped up, and I knew I had a big attack turn, I was able to just take a bunch of that damage, use my armor to block, and come in for huge pressure with my own stuff. And generally, Dorinthia wins the race when it's aggro versus aggro because she has more armor than other aggro decks, with the exception potentially of aggro Runeblade. And then additionally, the Dawnblade building up counters, like these bonuses here, are really quite impactful as well. So that's kind of the big deal there. I don't even know what is my... Oh yeah, it says the stream's starting soon thing because the chat window got closed. That's fine. Instead of starting soon, it's actually ending soon. But yeah, so Dorinthia... Now, this is actually a prime opportunity to talk about some of the new stuff coming up from Monarch. Dorinthia is going to be... it's going to be interesting to put Dorinthia to the test with some of these new heroes. The new Shadow heroes look extremely aggressive. I'm going to be very interested to see whether or not Dorinthia is still going to be kind of the queen of aggro. So right now, I feel like Dorinthia, if the game just turns into an aggro race, Dorinthia has the advantage in that race against basically everybody. But I could foresee a world in which someone else takes that crown and Dorinthia has to change up what she's doing and can't just be aggressive in those matchups anymore. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not any of the new aggressive Shadow heroes end up being able to outrace Dorinthia. Right now, even Boost Mech, which I consider to be the most aggressive deck available in Blitz right now, is Boost Mech, Boost Dash. And Dorinthia tends to win that matchup. Actually, my second round of this tournament was just like a Swiss round of 8, so it wasn't like a super formal, it wasn't a super formal, super in-depth event. But my second round, it was against a Boost Mech, and it was actually my closest round. I did win, but I only barely won. You can check that out. I'm not sure if I put it on YouTube yet, but there's at least a Twitch VOD. And Raven asks, are you thinking of picking up Chain or Levia at all, or holding out for a Light Warrior potentially? Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see more of the cards and stuff. I don't really like the themes and the visual aesthetic of the Shadow stuff. I think some of it's a little gory for me, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Some of it's a little gory. I think some of the art, is also, you might say that it would be dubiously modest or immodest or whatever. But we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll look at it and maybe do some art alters and make Chain put on a shirt or something. I actually liked the character design of Chain more in the earlier art stuff of him. Yeah. Raven joking about Ghostly Visit getting me a Twitch ban. Yeah, so there's a card called Ghostly Visit that sort of has nudity. It's a ghost and it's not really sexualized, but there is some nudity there, and it is not a card that I will be highlighting on. It's not a card that I'll be highlighting on stream. There's already a few cards that I don't highlight on stream because I think they're too gory or because they're immodest, in my opinion, or dubiously modest, whatever you want to call it. And Ghostly Visit's definitely on that list, which is funny because I actually think that it's in some ways less sexualized than some other cards, but just, pretty sure I don't want to be playing around with the prospect of that. There was actually, There was actually someone joking on Discord, which I thought was hilarious. I was talking about this issue, and there was someone who said, yeah, you're going to be getting a ghostly visit from the demonetization specter if you show that." And I thought that was just hilarious. But speaking of streaming new cards, though, I can confirm I'm going to have a spoiler. It's going to be a card reveal, a spoiler reveal from Monarch. And that reveal is going to go live. It's going to be on Wednesday. So less than a week remaining. I'm going to have a card to reveal, and I am going to avoid looking at the text of the card before we do the reveal, and then I'm going to be commentating on it live, maybe talking with the viewers and figuring out what exactly is going on there. So that should be a fun event. We'll see if people want to tune in for that and discuss the card spoilers, see what they're thinking. But yeah, that's gonna be on Wednesday. The exact time is still to be decided. I think it's gonna be a little earlier in the afternoon than my normal streams. I'm thinking probably it'll be something like 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon, but I gotta make sure that there will be an announcement on that coming in the future as well. So that should be fun. Looking forward to revealing a spoiler, and maybe doing my live action card review on that spoiler as well. So we'll see how that turns out. And I think that's gonna just about do it for this stream, guys. Thanks to y'all for watching, and shout out to Midtown Merchant for hosting the tournament that I've been streaming, and that this was the last game from. And shout out to LSS for sending me that card spoiler, which I greatly appreciate. And finally, shout out to my opponent, Matthew from Tabletop Tilt, was my opponent for that one. So thanks, y'all, and thank you to the viewers for checking this out. We'll be back later with more Flesh and Blood content. I'm going to be updating the stream schedule. So the current stream schedule of Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5, I haven't been holding to it very strictly. I intend to make some updates to that and start streaming more consistently on schedule. I think the Tuesday stream is going to be moved earlier in the day, and I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen with the Thursday stream, but we'll see what happens there. All right, guys. That's going to do it for this one. Thanks again for watching. We'll be back later with some more Flesh and Blood content. And yeah. Raven says, looking forward to the spoiler and congrats on the tournament win. Yeah, thank you very much. And yeah. I was happy to take the win, and shout out again to Midtown Merchant for hosting this event. Midtown Merchant, for those who don't know, is a online store that has been doing a bunch of Flesh and Blood cards. I've bought singles from them myself. They have nice cheap prices on a lot of things. Very friendly, good customer service. Cards compact well. I definitely recommend. I recommend getting cards if you can from Midtown Merchant and from Fab Foundry. Those are my two main sources for Flesh and Blood singles. And yeah, Midtown Merchant is not at all. Midtown Merchant is not at all paying me to say that. I guess they're kind of paying me in that I won some store credit for winning the tournament. But yeah. And I do have an affiliate link for Fab Foundry, but they're not paying me just to say that I like them. I'll put the affiliate link in the YouTube description when I upload this video on YouTube. And so if you're seeing this on YouTube and you wanna buy some Flesh and Blood singles while also supporting the channel, you can check out that link. But no, honestly, I like those stores. I use those stores myself. They're not paying me just to say that. And yeah, shout out in particular to Midtown Merchant for this one, for setting up this tournament, which was a lot of fun. All right, guys. I will catch you all later.